Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video on how I stay organized and even some tips how to stay organized. So first I'm going to just start out by telling you guys what I do and how often I do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So one of the things I do probably weekly is I clean out my brush, so that includes getting all the hair out. And it may sound kind of gross, but I mean, who are we kidding? We shed hair. And then I also like to, once I take out the hair, I like to put the drain down on my sink and fill it up with water and maybe even a little bit soap and kind of like dip the brush in there and then let it soak for like an hour, and then it'll just be a little bit more clean. And then another thing, some generic things, is to dust. And dust just collects so quickly. It can be a week later and dust will collect. I would just say at least once a month because it can cause allergies or sneezing or just look gross. So at least once a month. I would try to do it at least like every 2 weeks. And another thing is to vacuum, and you know, if your hair sheds a lot or even just dust on the floor or, you know, things that you might not know that are down there, and so you want to do that at least monthly, which I do. And another thing is to wash your sheets, and I like to do this weekly, especially your pillowcase, because you know, I take a shower every night, but the people who don't and get into bed and take a shower in the morning, you know, you're not really going to be as clean and you might have some germs or whatever it may be. So I would definitely try to wash your sheets every week, and it just makes you feel good when you sleep in a clean bed. And I also would suggest to keep organized and clean is to make your bed, and I like to do this daily just because I feel like it makes the room look a whole lot cleaner, because if your like bedspread is all jumbled, it just makes the room look, I don't know, untidy and kind of just sloppy. And I just love to make my bed. It just completes the room. And another kind of disclaimer is I'm a very organized person, so this may become a little bit easier for me, although I'm organized, but I don't like to clean as much, so I don't really like dusting or vacuuming or things like that, which are very important too. And so you should definitely do both. And then another thing I like to do is organize my makeup, and I also like to organize my clothes, and I like to do that about 4 times a year or more. And this may sound crazy to you guys, but just makeup can go bad quickly, and you might not realize it, or you might not be using things, or you don't like things. So you should just throw that out of your collection or give it to someone who might like it. That is not expired makeup. Do not give people expired makeup or makeup that is bad. Or mascara you should not pass on, things like that. But if it's maybe a foundation that, you know, is pump out or whatever, that might be usable for another person. And clothes, I like to do this about every season, maybe even more, because once you clean it out, it just feels nice. You know, things that don't fit you anymore, give to like Goodwill, the Salvation Army, or even to a place around town if you get money for your clothes or something, if they're still really nice. And things like that, because, you know, I'm still growing, I'm 16, and things that are too small or things that I just don't wear in that season or I haven't. And I like to do that about 4 times a year or more. And then I also like to wash my towels weekly, and I know my mom is helping me a lot. She does most of the wash, so thank you so much, Mom, I love you. But I like to wash towels weekly because, you know, bath towels and towels that you're drying your hands with after you wash your hands, and even if you're using it for your face after you wash your face, you know, there are lots of hands that touch that, and, you know, it's just nice to wash it. It's nice and fresh, new linens and things like that. And then to clean your bathroom, so that could include Windexing your mirrors or, you know, just wiping off the counters. And it depends how many people are using that bathroom, and, you know, about things you are being clean, because it's fine for me to do it monthly just because I don't do my makeup in the bathroom, so there's no like powder or like that kind of thing on the counters. But if you want to like Clorox it down every week, that's great because there are lots of germs and particles that are spreading, so that would be awesome. And to also clean your makeup brushes. And you know, I am very bad at cleaning my makeup brushes. I'm not bad at cleaning them itself, I'm just bad at remembering to do it and to do it, you know, as often as I need to. Although I do not use face brushes that often. I really only use a powder brush, a blush brush, and an eyeshadow brush, spoolie, and a like pointed foundation brush to blend my concealer, and sometimes a stippling brush to set my BB cream. But those are basically all the face brushes that I use on a daily basis. So it's not as bad for me, but if you're using like a foundation brush or something like that like every day, you should definitely do it more often. So at least like every week, or you know, every 2 weeks, or however often you can do it. It's good to do it as often as possible, especially if you have acne, because you know, once you use that brush, you know, the acne can spread more and that just won't be good. And here are some tips, although I may have you know, more things that I do like weekly or monthly or whatever that I didn't put on here to tell you guys. There are just tons of things out there that you can do to stay organized and whatnot. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with the tips. So if you're not an organized person and it does not come easily to you like myself, but you know, I can do this for cleaning because I'm not a big cleaning person. So some of the tips are to, you know, just take 5 to 10 minutes every single day and just tidy up. You know, whether it be maybe you have some clothes to put away, or if your room is really dusty, you may just want to do a couple dressers in your room or whatever it may be. 5 to 10 minutes every day will not be a lot of your time, and it may be to you, but it's very important to do that. And another thing you could do is just make time every day, which may be the same thing as the last tip, but you know, even if it's less than 5 minutes and you just say, okay, this could take me a minute, then you hang up your coat, you put those shoes away, you put it where it needs to be, and you just do it as quickly as possible or whatever, just so it's away and it's not in the way. And another thing you could do is make a schedule. So, you know, if you're not as busy on the weekends or the weekdays, you could, you know, say, this day I'm gonna organize or clean this amount of time, and you know, or you could even make a schedule of what you're gonna do that day. So if you're in an apartment by yourself, you could even have like a thing where Monday I'm gonna clean the bathroom, Tuesday I'm gonna do the kitchen, you know, Wednesday family room, Thursday my bedroom, whatever it may be. Or it could even be dusting in general that day, vacuuming in general that day, wash, you know, whatever it may be. Just kind of make a schedule, get used to that routine, and just keep doing what you're doing. And I think that living an organized and clean life, at least to me, is very important. So I just wanted to give you guys some tips and tell you guys how I keep organized and clean. And that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.